So how did something as complex as DNA come into existence in the first place? Well, to answer that, some people turned to God, believing that DNA is so exquisite it shows the hand of some kind of intelligent design. Others turned to the stars. And here at Imperial College in London, a surprising discovery has provided a clue to the origins of DNA. At the end of this corridor, pioneers in a field called astrobiology have spent years analysing rocks older than planet Earth itself. These are meteorites, some of which are more than 4.6 billion years old. One of the lead astrobiologists is Dr. Zita Martins. She looks for evidence of life beyond the confines of Earth by searching for particular molecules buried inside rocks from outer space. Hi, Zita. How you doing? So what is it about meteorites that's interesting that can tell us about the origin of life?
We know that specific samples of meteorites, like the ones I have here, they're about 4.6 billion years old. They're as old as the formation of our early solar system.
This is 4.6 billion years old.
Yes.
It's amazing.
It's exciting to hold these samples in your hands.
And that hasn't changed
No.
in close to 5 billion years?
No.
When you first start looking at this, it looks like a rock, but you are finding stuff in here.
Yes, we're finding organic molecules, extraterrestrial organic molecules that may have been important for the origin of life in our planet, and that's why it's so exciting.
So what you're saying is that up in space, which we think of as a big vacuum, actually there's masses of chemistry just going on, which is actually creating the building blocks for cells.
Exactly. We think the space is an empty place, but it's not. It's bubbling with the chemical reactions.
Right, with activity.
Exactly.
In 2003, Zita got hold of one particular sample whose molecules would reveal something spectacular. It was from a meteorite that had fallen to Earth in 1969, near the Australian town of Murchison. It was dated to be nearly as old as our solar system. Thanks to new technology, Zita's now able to analyse the molecules inside the rock. And she's going to show me why this particular meteorite has made such an impact. Now, this is precious stuff, right?
It is precious. So usually we only have access to milligrams of meteorite sample. So you have to be really careful and not mess up what you're doing.
Yeah, I can feel a sneeze coming on. You might want to hold that away.
I'm going to run away.
It's essential that I don't accidentally ruin the evidence. So, the meteorite is sealed inside a glass tube to prevent contamination from DNA and other molecules on Earth. Once dissolved in solution, the sample can then be analysed by a machine capable of detecting the molecules that make up the genetic code. Okay, Zita, you've analysed the meteorite sample using this pretty awesome machine. Show me what you find.
So what you find is something like this. This represents one of the bases of our genetic code.
So this is a sort of signature for one of the letters that makes up the genetic code for all life.
Exactly.
And this comes out of a 4.5 billion year old meteorite.
Exactly. This is present in the Murchison meteorite.
It must have been mind-blowing to see that for the first time.
Exactly. It was a very exciting and amazing moment, actually.
I mean, conceptually, that's just out of this world. Well, literally out of this world.
It is out of this world.
Because what you're talking about is something which is absolutely inherent to life, to every single cell on Earth, and it existed before the Earth even existed.
Mm-hmm. We finally have proven that components of our genetic code were in fact extraterrestrial and were present in a meteorite sample.